Welcome to Karaoke Wine with Jules and Tessa.
Welcome back to Karaoke Wine episode dose or
So,
two.
Before we start doing our
always.
podcast, always. Cheers. Cheers.
Wanted to say bitch after that.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
what
my God, you're right. It's my podcast. Our podcast. Cheers to with the microphones.
ding ding.
And she didn't really.
And
want
this is Charlie.
Oh, Charles. Charles is making an appearance. Hey. So our dog Charles.
Our dog. My dog.
Our dog Charles.
I pay for that bills.
Mm-hmm. But I get to do all the spoiling.
I actually pay for everything.
You do. But next time Charles comes over, she's going to have her own food bowls and her own food. So mom doesn't have to bring
Okay,
it.
this is not about my dog today. What
okay.
we are actually going to talk about is something that we talked about on episode 1.
That's right. Let's get into it.
We talked about, what did we talk about? It was so long ago.
Oh my God, Charles, be careful.
Okay, so wait. The first episode we talked about where we came from and why we have started dating.
Yes.
And I think in our dating journey, and you know it already, we have come across some crazy, colorful, either statements or crazy dates or crazy text message, like just everything.
Yes.
And we wanted to kind of dive into the craziness of like what is really ladies. Remember the movie This Is 40 and that one particular scene where she's crying and she's like, I'm sorry and there's nothing out there for me. And then Cameron Diaz is so eloquently like, it's a lot worse than you think.
That was the other woman, not This Is 40.
Why?
My God, that's so me, you and Marissa. I love that I'm Cameron Diaz.
I'm the 40-year-old.
You are.
Like, no, I'm really not. I'm having the best time of my life.
Yes.
I do like the guy that I'm dating right now. So,
But we want to talk about previous comments that have
Yes.
happened because I think we're both happy right now.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
We're always happy.
We are all.
We love our lives. We love us. Anyway, let's talk about it. So
Can't leave me hanging,
we
bro.
should cheers for that.
Okay, so basically, I'm going to start first because I'm the elder. Like, you
Yeah.
always respect the elder in the
Elders.
situation.
Okay, we'll have a walker next time for her.
Okay. Anyway, carry on.
Don't worry, it'll be-
Jules. Okay, so my crazy story is about a past relationship, and it was really a bedroom talk situation. Like, we were already dating for a while, and he kind of looked at me and he was like, were you a slut like growing up?
Cringe.
Well, first of all, who uses the word slut? Like, who?
I mean, I feel like unless
And you know this by now, I only date older men. So
Right.
this word is very archaic in my vocabulary.
yes.
And my response to him is, well, I don't think we use that word anymore. I think we use the word sex positive.
Yes. Because sex positive.
Who actually cares about my
Past relationships or past sexual history.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
why does it matter?
Yeah, unless it's like you're talking about STDs or, safety. Obviously, that's
Yes,
like
different.
different.
Yes.
But I just was so thrown off by it. And then I was watching Instagram, and one of the videos that came up
Oh God.
were these
This guy.
fucking guy.
Yeah.
These two guys, I don't even know their names, but one of the guys is really good looking, and the other one is like a complete ogre. And I'm watching this Instagram video, and I send it to Tessa, and it's basically talking about these women and what you look for in a partner and how the number does actually matter because, you have to know how serious they are and how they take like life so serious or not so serious. And I'm looking at him saying, well, it does matter. And my wife didn't sleep with anyone. And I'm like, yeah, but look at your dating pool versus our dating pool. I obviously did not have the same
It's
high
like fish
school
in a barrel.
experience, forget middle school.
We're not talking about this.
Like high school, college.
Yes.
And then I got into my real relationships. I got so, and I hate this word, triggered, but
Yes.
like, who are you to tell other women that they're past? And maybe I'm wrong. Guys, if I'm wrong and you actually do care,
But why? Like, I need to understand why it matters and why it's even it's not even like why it matters,
Like,
but
we-
why is it a topic of conversation? Like, who cares?
I think that one, as women,
Right.
we don't care. I think because also it's already a notion that guys will have a higher number than us. So we don't even ask. Like, we're just like, we just know.
I'm going to say something that might be popular opinion, but it's definitely mine and I love it. I don't give a fuck who you fucked in the past. Maybe it was one person who taught you that. You know, you had a 13-year relationship. Like,
Yeah.
you grew together in that. You learn from each other in that when you're in that type of intimate setting for that period of time,
Well, I
right?
have to do like full disclosure. So everyone knows I was 20 when I was dating him. We did have a discussion about the body count. Oh, Charlie, hi. Okay, bye.
She's not happy about. See, she's not even happy about this conversation.
So we did talk about the body count. I did actually give him a number, and his response was, okay.
Right.
Now, talking to a 4-year-old, he probably was like, well, times that by 3, my God. And that's where I'm at. I don't remember what he said in terms of his life. I just knew that he was really cool about it.
Yeah.
And I think that that's also why I date who I date. And I also just don't care.
No,
I don't care.
I don't even talk
Like,
about
I'm
past
not gonna-
relationships.
I'm not going to date a virgin because if you don't know, I'm not going to train you.
Oh God, no. That's
If you're not a good kisser,
goodbye.
I will not train you.
No,
Go back to date a 20-year-old that doesn't.
Yeah. She whispered.
Actually, at 20,
yeah,
I did know better.
I was a little bit of a late bloomer, but I definitely knew better because I was sexually educated.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was curious when I was a kid. But like, I also, you know, I think part of the craziness of what happened here is it shouldn't matter, right, where you actually came from.
As long as you get to the destination.
Well, not only that, but you and I have been talking about this so much. I'm so excited to date right now. And I think one of the reasons I'm so excited is because I do know exactly what I want and what I don't want. And I'm also the best version of myself. Like, I am such an overly fulfilled human in our life, in my life and in your life. And, you know, one of the conversations that I've had with the person that I'm dating is you are an addition to, and you're really big on this. That's actually something that I stole from you. Like, I don't need you to fulfill anything in my life. I want you to be like the cherry on top. And we love our lives. And unfortunately with me, I was in something that I was completely depleted from. Everything that I was, eunuch.
We don't say his name. And he will eventually know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about you, eunuch.
Ooh. Yes, definitely.
The garbage that is on my shoe.
Not even. He wouldn't be on those fancy shoes of yours. He wouldn't even be close to that. Anyway, moving on, because we're not going to get in a deep dive in that. But the real thing is like, I am so confident in who I am, and I'm not going to let anyone take that away from me. And I think one of the things that I learned the most from this was I stopped talking to all of the people who supported me because I was in such a bad place, right? So I think it's very, very important that when you're dating people to have these conversations, you know, circling back to the slut comment, that you're immediately telling them, I don't like that. You know,
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said it's not really the thing to do nowadays. But That being said, Love Island USA was a very popular show, like what,
Yeah.
6 months ago or
Mhm.
whatever. And they played this game about guess the body count. And it was such a cringe
Yeah.
moment for me. It's so embarrassing, not just for the women on the show, but also for the men.
Yeah.
Because they were just like, oh, really? Like, that's your number? I thought it was going to be more. Or like, oh, no, like, you lied. And I actually commend the person. I think there was a person that put like 0 because that would be me. Like,
Yeah.
it is none of your business.
None of your business,
And I'm
bitch.
not putting it on national TV.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say this on this podcast. All I know is I'm a relationship person. I've had a colorful past, and my colorful past makes a fucking rainbow. And I'm proud of who I am today. I've lived a really
Right.
good life. I've had ugly moments, I have great moments, but who I am is the best version of myself.
Yeah.
And the person that is with me right now gets that best version.
Yeah. And it shouldn't matter what came before that. And that's why I've never been a big fan of jealousy in the same sense because of that. There was moments, obviously, that I've had in my life, but in reality, I'm more excited, and I've even vocalized this to my friends. Like, we did this wonderful, I'm going to go on a tangent. I'm sorry. We have been accepting love into our lives, and there's a reason why we're doing this podcast. Like, we wanted this. We've been talking about doing something like this. But on top of that, again, like, we are so fulfilled in so many different ways. And at the end of the day, when you are dating somebody, it's if they're going to accept you wholeheartedly for who you are, that item should not matter because it's not that you're sleeping with that count every single night before then. Like, this is over a course of how many years that you've been, dating. Like Charlotte in fucking Sex and the City. I've been doing it since I was 15. I'm exhausted. Where is he? You know what I mean? Like, when you get to our age, and women are getting in more serious relationships later and later because they're becoming more self-sufficient and they're getting more attuned to people who ask types of questions like that. And it's like, don't make me feel bad about myself because you're insecure. And that's really where it's driven from, I think.
You do?
Yeah. I think it's insecurity because why the fuck? I've never, not one time in my life, okay, one time in my life, it was more of a joke, but I accidentally, because everything's an accident, you guys. I've never I sat down with a significant other and been like, it's really important to me that I know everything about your sexual past.
No. I don't want to know. I don't care.
Mm-mm.
I just want to know that we're compatible in the bedroom. If we're not compatible, like energetically, intellectually,
Right.
sexually,
Yeah.
it's a big play, right? And if we don't have that sexual chemistry on that first date, you're not going to get the second one. I am not wasting my time. And it's a chemical reaction that your body goes through. And I know it from the time I shake your hand and I sit down and I look into your eyes.
Right.
I know if I either want to go home with you or I don't.
Right.
That doesn't mean I do. It just means, okay, that is a big part of a relationship. And I'm not going to fake it till I make it. That's like the one aspect of my relationship that I'm just not going to concede in.
And you know what's interesting, because you brought up intellectual and being sexually attracted to somebody.
Well, women are turned on by their brain and men are turned on by their appendage.
Yeah.
I got the word appendage because we just watched the Lorena Bobbitt
Oh,
documentary.
we're gonna get into the meta that we watch.
Yeah.
The meta. Okay, but
Back to the intellectual.
when I was in my younger years, my wilder days, it didn't matter what somebody was saying or if they were interesting. Like, I honestly didn't care. It was really just more about, you've got good hands, got lips, like the eyeballs, like, let's go. And now I could see a very attractive man, like very attractive. And the minute he opens his mouth, I'm not stimulated intellectually,
Yeah.
it's a no-go for me.
Well, you're also very smart, and you.
Smart and cute? Who knew?
I only date smart.
I only smart people.
But no, you're very smart, and you are
Quick too,
you're
right?
quick.
Yeah.
And I've seen you in action in the work field. Like watching her on her work calls is absolutely mesmerizing. But that turns me on.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm watching her and I'm just like, oh my God, I love Tessa. Like she's so
We're
fun.
obsessed. I'm sad. And then when I see Jules,
No,
like
she sees me on my work calls and I literally am not saying anything except for like one-liners.
okay, let's be honest.
I'm
Like
just
the
like,
work
"Good."
internal calls is not where she shines.
Yeah.
It's in the morning when she wakes up to 7,200 text messages, and by 11 a.m. everything is solved. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how?
Listen, you don't pay
Yeah.
for the hours I work. You paid for the experience
She
I've
does.
already achieved.
Yeah. It's 100%. She's like, she runs.
But we're going on a tangent because we're talking about men,
Yes, we're
not
talking about men.
corporate. That's a whole different
Sorry, you
conversation.
guys, we're gonna get better at staying on topic.
So,
Hopefully.
okay, so
Okay, so the slut comment, right?
So going back to the Instagram video that I
Mhm.
watched, the good-looking guy was like, it does matter, but it matters more that the woman connects with her past.
Yes.
And I understood him
Mhm.
because if you own your past and you are like that, yeah, I did it. I own it. I also don't believe in regrets because
Right,
it's a waste
same.
of time.
Yeah.
I also have my past of being with a guy for 13 years and taking care of 2 kids.
Right.
So I'm just like, you take it as my total sum of my parts.
Mhm.
And this is who I am now. And I love who I am.
Yeah.
I love who you are.
And I love you too.
Here. But just for comparability, the good looking guy was like, it's the sum of all parts because let's be honest, he had a very different upbringing than the other guy.
He was Chad in
You
the
know
front
that this guy was like captain of the football team.
Yeah.
And got the cheerleader or cheerleaders.
Yeah,
Or
even-
the whole squad.
Yeah, even the men
So
in the
he
cheer
also
squad.
doesn't want to be judged by his past. And so I think it's also very scary to know what's going out there. And these young girls or older girls are
Yeah.
watching these like, oh my God, someone cares. I should just never date. Or, oh my God, I should just lie about it. Well, lying's not good too. You need to own it and be proud.
Share what you're comfortable with. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, like
Oh,
you
we did have this
yeah,
conversation.
you have to deal with you. And
Yeah.
if you want to go out there, have fun, right? At the end of the day, you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror. If anyone tries to break you down from waking up in the morning and telling yourself you're amazing, regardless of what you've done in your life, they're not the person for you, friendship, family, or relationship wise. You need to own everything you do. And I think a big reason why you and I do not regret things is because they're learning. Like I grew from a lot of the things that you quote unquote could have regretted. Like I feel like my worst times are actually considered my best times in my life because of the amount that I've grown from it. It has nothing,
100%.
right? It has nothing to do with like, yeah, whoopsies, maybe shouldn't have slept with that guy. You know what I mean? And I did. Now, did I go back and sleep with him again after I would already like chastise myself? Maybe one more time. But typically after the third time, I learned my lesson. But that's the thing. That was my path and that's what I wanted to do. But I chose to do that. And
Yes.
I own my actions and I stand by my decisions because
Yeah.
again, here we are. And I am the most confident, best version, most loving, most empathetic, most sensitive, most intuitive person
Yeah.
that I can be. And I haven't always been that way. And had I not been stripped down to the studs, as they call it in construction, or stripped down by the studs, if you want to talk about the topic, right?
Yeah.
See how I did that?
You're so quick.
I'm so
Jim.
quick. Oh,
Yeah.
I know. I love you more. It's just one of those things that everything is a learning lesson. And if you keep thinking about, oh my God, why did I do that? Start thinking about, okay, what did that teach me? How did that make me feel? And how am I not going to feel like that again? Because at the end of the day, you have yourself in that mirror and that is it. And if you can't sit there and stare at you and say, you know what? Yeah, you fucked up. But guess what? Look at that ass today.
I mean, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
We're not perfect
No.
at all.
Mm-mm.
And we have done some things in our lives where we're like, ooh, yeah, I did it. I mean, it's over. Thank God that time has passed.
Okay.
But it is what it, that's my favorite term. It is what
It is what it is. It happened.
It
Like
really
you
is.
like unfortunately, this is not
No
Back
one-
to the Future. We can't like
died.
no one died. I mean, I'm
Even-
shocked. Okay, that's a whole other episode. Like,
Even
but did you die? Oh my God,
Did
that
you
should be
die?
an episode to retell.
Oh my God, we should do a,
yes,
we should do an
yes.
episode.
Okay, but did you die? Everyone on here is gonna be like, how the fuck are you? We're basically cats.
I mean,
I think I'm on like 6 or 7 life
I'm
at this
definitely on
point.
like 10 for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I might be reincarnated at this point. Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
The really great thing is it shouldn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever matters to somebody else.
We're not saying to the younger folks.
No,
I
no,
don't know
no.
who our demographic is yet.
Right.
I'm not saying like go ham. Like honestly, if you want to be conservative,
Yeah.
then you be conservative. Like do you? If you have a sex drive, like a raging male teenager,
Mhm.
like that's okay too. Just be safe and do it. And when you get to our age, you will own it and you will appreciate your life experiences because at the end of the day, you are who you are.
Right.
Um,
Well, I think sex just gets a bad rap. I feel like more when we were growing up, I don't know so much. I feel like there's a lot.
everyone did it, guys.
Yeah, everyone was doing it, especially like in Jason's basement when his parents were out of
stop it.
town. I've never had sex with a Jason, by the way. I'm like sweating.
She's a such a topic, Tessa.
So why do I make it awkward?
Um,
Yeah. Anyway.
just be you.
Yeah.
And be yourself and everything beautiful.
Yeah. Just be you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, all you have to do is
Carpe diem.
bitches.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I hope you liked this episode of Karaoke Wine. Please like and subscribe.